First indeed. Hello, Grey Wolf. Hi, Paint. How are you doing? How's it going? What is that? Is that like a... It looks like a Wobbuffet, but then not. I'm trying to work out what it is. Ripper Scream. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're excited? Why are you excited? I mean, I'm glad that you are excited, but why? Excitement is good. Artemis 2 yes. See, the crazy thing is, I heard about that on like a social media, and like, oh, no one who isn't in like space socials knows about this, and it's crazy, and it is crazy. There's four people going to the moon. That's insane. You killed your computer? What did you do, Grey Wolf? I mean, it's the last place I would want to go. Really? 400,000 people camped out around the cave to watch. That's amazing. Did not know that. That is cool. Right. Despite my normal bad habits, I am, because of what this model is and what it represents and how much I like her, I'm going to... My music is loud, is it? I thought it was loud when I was... I turned my volume down, but let me... How's that? I just remembered that I turned my volume up the other day on YouTube because I was listening to an audiobook in here and Nick was using the hairdryer. Better, yeah, I forgot about that. So I thought it sounded normal to me, but obviously it is not, so thank you. 50k on the NASA's Twitch channel at the moment. 4 hours before launch. Damn. It's Wednesday. It is indeed. But thank you for telling about the music. Because I don't know how loud my stream is. You're halfway through book 3. It is addictive. I did warn you. But it's so good. It's the kind of good that gets you all excited. Right, speaking of druids, I have a Grove Guardian. And she is so pretty. I can't even look at her. I mean, obviously this is very, very early stages, but you only have up to book 3, so you're going to wait for next month's credit for Audible to come in, maybe. Oh, I had this conversation today with the guy from the commission painter from our hobby store, or the main commission painter from our hobby store. I guess I'm the second one now. He was saying that he's now started working for Siege at the office as well as doing like the occasional commission job. But he has to drive there, and it's about an hour and a bit each way. And yeah, that's I wouldn't want to, like, as much as I would want to work for Siege, I wouldn't want to do that commute every day, so... What about my night? My night is on hold until I'm done with the Grove Guardian. And I also have 2 commissions that... Grove Guardian first, because she's going back to the store before the release of the actual model. Or the... No, I'm just following your chat. And then Then I have 2 more commissions to do, and then... Well, this is free work, like... So I spoke with the owner of the hobby store. He knows me a bit now. We've been doing the hobby hangouts every Monday for the last couple of months, and we've it's been really fun to hang out. And he messaged the other day, and he was like, "This model, right?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you want to paint her?" Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna buy her. And he said, no. Do you want to paint her for the store? I'm like, yes. So I picked her up. Not allowed to pay for her, obviously, because if we did that, I would end up. He would be in trouble because he's then distributing the model early to people. But because it's for the store, it's allowed. Johanna, can we meet again? My power has doubled since the last. Oh man. Yeah, it's for their store display. So it's not. I'm not keeping it. It's going back to the shop. But I do get the pleasure of painting it early, which for me is incredibly exciting. I never thought I would get asked to paint anything for anyone like this. And I have commissions lined up, and I have well, this might be one of my favorite models ever. It's really, really cool. Movie quote, so your specialist superpower. Imagine all the people who will see it. Yeah, I know. I mean, my dreadnought is still in their display cabinet as well. I'm trying to work out what the best angle is here so that I'm not too much in my own camera, and that should have won. Bless you. But you can make if you do this. Oh, hello there. Hello there. You call bullshit, isn't it? Oh, that one. Yes, it's another kind. That's just a great meme in itself, though. So versatile, that one. Like, for like a fraction of a second, I was sitting here thinking, nerd! And then I was like, yeah, but I'm a nerd, and would do Warhammer stuff, which is incredibly nerdy, and like, how depressing would it be if we couldn't be more nerdy? just because I'm not super into Star Wars. I mean, I've watched them all, but numbers are boring, nerds are awesome. Completely agree. Life is way more fun when when you can get excited about things and share your passions. But yeah, if you guys get a chance to paint this model when it comes out, do it, because it's so nice. Does it casually looking shuffle off clearance goes? I'm one of those weird people who's not really into... Well, I've never really liked Family Guy much, never really liked The Simpsons much. Did like South Park though. Strangely. I guess it's a bit what you grew up with. Like, no one that I knew watched any of these shows, so I never really, never really did much for me until, I started watching them way later, and it's not, it doesn't feel as interesting. My show growing up was Dragon Ball Z. I feel like humor has gotten a bit more base than it used to be, not as clever. Yeah, I've always liked things that... Well, I think I've always liked things that are a bit on the nose and, like, take the piss of the accepted stuff. Out of the accepted stuff, but I suppose that is kind of what Family Guy and Simpsons also do, and for some reason that didn't really do much for me. So, who knows? Maybe I'm just a bit basic. Yeah, I loved Monty Python as well. Although it was a little bit later in life for me than it was. Well, not until I didn't really enjoy it as much until later in life, I should say. I did play Monty Python's Flying Circus's PC game though, as a young teen when my English wasn't very good yet, and it's quite difficult to catch all the nuances when you don't really speak the language. Evening. The Martian cinema, you seem to be the only people laughing at the jokes. It so depends on what your flavor of humor is, and I have to admit that even sometimes things that I normally find quite funny don't sit well with me. And you grow out of things as well. There was this comedian in the Netherlands who used to be hilarious to me. Like, I loved him. I thought he was so funny when I grew up. And I really don't find him very funny anymore. It feels very forced. Makes me sort of understand what my mum didn't like about him when we were watching it. Also, I also can't watch Mr. Bean anymore. I can still appreciate the comedic timing and stuff of it, but I just can't watch that. It just feels too painful. You never found Ricky Gervais funny, just cringe. Yeah, I never really gelled with that either, but that's... The show, what was it called? Afterlife, or Afterlife or whatever, that was... I could appreciate how good that was, but, too serious for me, I can't watch it. What's the other one called? Thank you for the resub, Zach. I really appreciate it. Oh god, what's the other one? Is it called like Bottom or something? Not being a funny character now, it's just an ass. Yeah, I suppose. I think my humour leans more towards Daniel Sloss at the moment. If I need to pick someone. I think he's really good. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there's humour for everyone, right? What one person finds funny doesn't have to be funny to someone else. Like, I absolutely increases this evening. We had really, really bad traffic on the way to pick up the dog from daycare. And we just saw, like, on like a country lane, we saw a guy sort of power walk along the road. And this woman, who, well, appeared to be his wife or whatever she was, they seemed to be together anyway. She was running behind him to try and catch up. And the fact that he didn't stop to wait for her to catch up somehow or for some reason really tickled me, because it looked so silly. So yeah, that I sat in the car, just the whole traffic situation was horrid and slow and very unpleasant. And then we saw that, and I couldn't help but laugh. I'm gonna take an early leave. Food coma hit hard. Get some rest. No worries. Bit light headed from handling cleaning agent without a proper mask. Oh god, don't do that. Yeah, get some rest. Sleep well. Hopefully see you soon. And thanks for checking in. I really appreciate it. You like Simon Pegg's humor? But like the Cornetto trilogy. That's him, isn't it? I do really like, oh god, what's the, not Shaun of the Dead, the police one, Hot Fuzz. Gervais always was a better writer than anything else. Yeah, I feel like he did a great job with, The Office. That was him, wasn't it? Did he write The Office, or was he just an actor in that? Stand-up's dog shit. Yeah, I mean, I still like Mr. Bean. I struggle to watch the English Office. It's too painful. Strangely. But I appreciate the comedic genius that it takes to create something like that. Yeah, just because I don't find it particularly funny doesn't mean that I can't appreciate that someone else might find it really, really funny, so... You're seeing Sloss again in May! Oh, Sloss envy. Where is he? Or where's the show? Ah, nice. I've been invited, or Nick and I both, but Nick said Nick had other plans to go to Salute this year, London XL. I was not expecting to go, but Matt from our game store was like, I'm going to Salute. Do you guys want to come? And I was like, you know what? Yes. Randy Feldface has a new special out today. Very recommend. Okay. Thank you for the lurk, Ben. I appreciate it. And my April is very busy. Got many things planned, which is nice. All fun things for a change, so basically going from weekend to weekend to yours and mine both. Yours is jiu-jitsu busy, isn't it? Or is that May? Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu, okay. Turn off the heating. To find the correct app. Grading this weekend, Estonia next weekend, RoseCon the weekend after we get back. Yeah, it's still time from Sunday. I've got, so my plan for April. This coming Sunday is all about dogs at Trinity Park, which is like a dog, sort of not really dog show, but it's like lots of stands with dog food, dog leads, any kind of dog related paraphernalia really, and it's all dog games, and last year they had a photo booth for your dog, stuff like that. Then on the week after, Nick is off and he has a concert on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I have a dentist appointment. Nick is helping a friend move house. And on Saturday I have Salute. Then on Sunday I have movie night. Then on the Tuesday after it's Nick's birthday. Then the Friday after George is a groomer's appointment. Then the Saturday after that it's RoseCon. Like, for me that is an insane amount of... they sell dogs and dog accessories. Well, they don't sell dogs, but accessories for dogs. Yeah, I know that for most people that doesn't really sound like a lot. Like, oh my god, you're doing 2 things a week? What do you mean? To me that's pretty out there, so... Man, if they sold dogs. But no, it's about dogs, not dogs. All about the dogs. Eye test tomorrow, I'm gonna try contact lenses again. Ooh. Was there a reason why it didn't work last time, or why you didn't go through with that? Instead of not being able to see when you're training, yeah, that's fair. Ah, look at that little tag. Spaceman. Actually, it's Space Boy. Blepharitis. What is that? As in blepharitis? Or is it an actual thing? You could now promptly make me believe anything, in case you didn't realize. Eyelids make oil to protect eyes. Yes. Why are you so gloopy? Yours don't do that very well. Ah, okay, so dry eyes, uncomfortable, itchy. Let's see what this goes down to. Okay. Cool. Fair. Better health overall, so maybe different. Yeah, true. I will keep my fingers crossed for you. It would be nice if you would be able to see. Tank. How's everyone's day been today? I'm very aware that I'm a bit quiet at the moment because I am hyper focused on my my beautiful model, which I really, really want to do justice because she is so pretty. Double eye injection, so that was fun. Oh, yikes. Bet your optician is going to be, like, what did you do to your eyeball? I had a mean person inject things into it. It's like, oh, that makes sense, thank you. Don't mind the opticians, but they are stupid as fuck. Why is that? I'm quite happy with mine. They seem to be pretty on the ball. Maybe I've just gotten really lucky with mine. Well, your eye pressures are really high. Yes, I have thick corneas, but it's okay. I'm regularly at the eye hospital for other things, so don't worry, it's being monitored. This could be a sign of glaucoma because it's above the normal. Yes, as I explained, I have thick eye. I think we should refer you to the eye hospital because pressures. Oh, for God's sake, really? That's a bit weird. I mean, I have to explain my toxoplasmosis scars every time I go, but that's because every time there's a new person doing the photos, and they're like, "Oh Jesus, what's going on here?" I was like, "Oh." Scratchies, big old scars at the back of my eyes, or eye, I should say. Not the optician themselves. To be fair, it's for people. Yeah, exactly. Just never want to take your eyes for it. Well, kind of makes me wonder how often they get people who say something, or say that it's already being monitored and it's not actually. I mean, at the end of the day, they're trying to keep your eyes healthy, I guess, but it'd be helps a lot more with them just being listening to what you're telling them. Look at the notes. Yeah. I did think you were probably on your phone. Quite funny. You're typing like Wolfie. Bless the man and his many languages. Can I get away with a bigger brush? I think the answer is going to be probably yes. I hope. It's quite funny how my social media algorithms completely ignored and blocked out the the moon journey until like last night, I want to say. Did not know it was going to happen at all. Just shows you that my interests lay in different areas, I guess. The what now? Yeah, exactly. NASA is sending 4 astronauts, I suppose, to the moon. I think well, Paint was saying earlier T-minus 4 hours. That was about an hour ago, 45 minutes ago. So T-minus 3 hours, I suppose. Apparently there's a lot of people on socials watching like NASA's feeds, but I am very much beginning to wonder if it's an April Fool's joke. Be very elaborate, but the above is my accurate level of interest. Cash, how you doing? Did I play Cards Against Humanity at RoseCon last year? I think the group did. But did I? Yes, I did actually. I did play Cards Against Humanity. For a short while. Yeah, so towards the end of the game. Because people were just, like, buying in. Why? I thought so. There's a small bug at the back of your mind still. Really? Yeah, I was mostly at the painting table. I had a bit of a autistic overwhelm moment after we came in, and I just needed to reset, and I spent a lot of the time just sitting there painting, and then towards the end I joined the Cards Against Humanity game. I'm not gonna lie, like, I am very bad at faces. I have a little bit of face blindness. So, despite my having been in your stream and all of that, I will probably not recognize you when I see you, which is by no means a reflection on how I feel. It's just that my brain doesn't really remember these things, so... One of those where have I seen that face before things for ages, only click last... Oh god. I hate how long these things can bug you for. I've had stuff like that. Like, oh my god, I know this person, but do I remember where from where? Do I? Fuck. We've been friends for nearly a decade now. She still blanks. Yeah, all the time. All the time. Stop die. To be fair, you are very forgettable, and you don't stand out at all. You're not one of my favorite people at all. Just it's true, isn't it? Yeah. It sucks, but here we are. Just glad you could finally sort that mental age. I'm glad. You're the whitest white boy to ever white boy. It's cold again. Turn my heater back on. So are my people. Yeah. I saw the Instagram pictures, Cash, of your before and after of the tree. Get a thermostat for that room. It's not connected up to the heating at all. It's I've just got this plug-in electric heater, and I kind of don't want to know what the temperature is in here, because I'm always a little bit cold, and I will feel really bad if I'm heating this place when it's 24 degrees already. If that makes sense. That does not make sense. I thought you got me. Yeah, that's true. To be fair, I felt very validated when the one of the one of the guys at work. He's technically an apprentice, but he's come into the office, and he's helping my boss with like project planning now and doing that side of things. And he was sat in the office the other day, and he got up and he just put his coat on. And my boss was like, "What are you doing? Are you cold or something?" And I was like, It's like bloody freezing in here. And it wasn't like freezing, but it wasn't exactly warm either. So I was quite happy that like, hello, it's not just me who gets cold. Half the tree applauded when the tree fell. You spent all afternoon out with Hansel. Yeah, you mentioned it was crazy. Was it eucalyptus tree you said? Amazing smell, but very ugly trees, in my opinion. You should have a look on his Instagram, Zach. It was a very tall tree. It was taller than his house. I don't know how he got it down without it falling on the house. You check for koalas before you chopped it. No, he just picked those up as they fell out. Physics for the win, yeah, with a nice cut on the right side and all that. Fall away from the house. Skin on one of his hand still hasn't grown back. Ugh. Yeah, the blisters must have been horrendous. Do not envy you one bit, but the extra light in the house and not having that bastard of a tree in your front garden is quite nice. Although I think I probably would have gotten a chainsaw. Thank you. Thank you. It's a very, very nice model, and I'm trying to do her justice. I really, really want her to come out nice and very pretty. I'm trying to work out how best to go about that. It's I had some plans and I'm changing them, and shit, this is the first time that I've been asked by our local hobby store to paint a model for them, so I really wanna I really want it to be very pretty for them, and yeah. I know, right? Massive. And by hand. It's only a little bit bonkers. Was probably talked about dealing with it for ages. Less talk, more action. Yeah, it's really, really good going. Thank you, Tifa25. I'm going to assume that that's how it's pronounced. Tifa. Tifa. Thank you. That's very kind. She's an incredibly cool model. I'm really, really excited to be painting her. I feel very honoured to be allowed to paint her early. So, yeah. Still a couple of planks of wood in your garden to take to the bin. Been there for about 2 years. Yeah, I've got a similar issue, but for us it's pots of paint that the previous owners left in the house, in the garage. So when we redid the garage here, it meant that we had pots of paint that needed to go somewhere, and I was like, oh, if I put cat litter in them. Yeah, I got her early because our local hobby store asked me if I wanted to paint her for them. So they gave me their early release copy for their hobby store, for the hobby store display cabinet. I think she comes out in like a week and a bit. I think I want to say Saturday week, something like that. Yeah, they normally have a few other people who do that. They're like store commissions kind of thing. But I've been speaking with them, well, with the owner quite a lot recently, and he knows that I've been really excited about painting this model, and he messaged me last week. I was like, this Grove Guardian model, and I said, yes. I'm very excited. He's like, yes. Do you want to paint her? I was like, yes. He's like, no, I mean, do you want to paint her for the store? He's like, yes. So, yeah, that was very exciting and a little bit scary, because now I'm painting for someone else essentially. But it's Yeah, I feel very honored. She's honestly one of the prettiest models I've ever painted. I do love Sylvaneth anyway. It's my favorite army, but this is just an exceptionally pretty model. Highly recommend anyone who fancies a bit of a change of pace from Space Marines or whatever it is that you normally paint to go grab the Grove Guardian when she comes out, because it is a stunning model. Bit fiddly to build. The tree was like 10 different pieces. But yeah, all worth it in the end, in my opinion. Personally, really excited for the new Cockforts. Yes, they are very cool. Our yeah, the guy who owns the hobby store is very much into his terrain, so he's really excited about the Cockfort, but also the guys, that married couple that each hold one part of a door. And I really like the there's a couple of really cool models that God, I can't remember now what the names are, because that's just my brain not wanting to cooperate. But there's a guy who rides this weird like goat horse bird thing. Very cool model. And the guy who has a little dog with him. Also very cool. Pogfort mentioned 30 minutes into the stream, yeah. I honestly would if I didn't have to work tomorrow. But alas, money needs to be made. Need to be able to buy dog food. I know. One day when I'm rich and famous and I've won the lottery. Like, I won't tell when I've won the lottery, but there will be signs. Spends all day painting every day. I already won the lottery. He's doing dungeons at the moment. I know, right? Boyfriend jackpot. What's everyone up to this evening? Anything fun going on? Anyone else doing any hobby stuff? Building those killer cans, nice. Paint, are you coming to RoseCon this year? I know you were thinking about it, but... Financial circumstances will dictate whether I do or do not. Yeah. I guess that's fair. I suppose it's a bit of a journey for you as well. Could you maybe make it like this is a bit of a breather for both of us weekend for you and the missus? Or is it not her kind of thing? Which would be fair. You're on leave that week, so we'd like to do something with it. Yeah. 100%. She's going to be paid weekly in a new role. Yeah. Just means there's less long to wait for the new, for the first bit of relief. I don't think I'll ever really understand why companies would choose to pay people weekly, but that's up to them. Like, I don't know who would want to do payroll 4 times a month, but... Yeah, I guess. It's just a matter of timesheets on a weekly basis, right? it's through an agency or something, then... Right. Okay. Those three are not ready for priming? Nice. Big hairy GM, how are you doing? Okay, rough week. Oof. In what way? Like, has work been difficult or just life in general? Finally. Okay. Cool. Office night tomorrow should be dead. Hopes is dead. I could do with a dead day tomorrow. But I know my boss is going to be in tomorrow, so... Not the whole day, he has a meeting in the morning, so hopefully at least the morning he'll be... It'll be quietish. This is quite a nice, vibrant green. Not expecting it to be this nice and vibrant, which is nice. So for a nice and vibrant like, I guess it's like a heavy glaze on top of the airbrush. colours. Makes it a little bit more interesting to look at. That's fun. Now we'll pick things out with forest green. Shouldn't complain. No, but just because you shouldn't doesn't mean that you don't want to, right? I know I shouldn't complain either. Technically speaking, I have a nice office job where I can bring my dog to work and usually when I finish for the day I don't hear from work afterwards. Don't have to take my work home with me or anything like that. I have good holiday, part-time, be right back, and to go consume your body weight in tiramisu, very nice. But we can't always be rational. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't always, like, how you feel about work doesn't always have to make sense either. Need a tiny bit of the darker green. Tiramisu is so good. I love tiramisu. Probably one of my favorite desserts, tiramisu. I feel like very few things can beat a good tiramisu. In a way, tiramisu is a bit like pizza, where even a bad tiramisu is still nicer than no tiramisu. In the same way that even a bad pizza is still nicer than no pizza. Just realised I have a paint handle that's big enough for this. I know. Yeah, I know. It looks so skinny and like whoop, as if it's. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't think a lot of people are going to be buying that, to be honest. House 3. Designed to snap, yeah. Yeah, it's not great. The old ones are way better. Team that makes these decisions is just 3 overworked people. Yeah. Come up with something new. Okay. I do feel bad for them. As I do for with every like corporate drone who tries to who just tries to listen to what the brief is. But here we are. Just rub my eye for a second. Itchy. But it's always the 3 overworked people who get the shit dumped on them, so it's little bit sad, but at the end of the day, Design better things. And we won't be pissed. Nick sounds like he's having an amazing time doing dungeons. There's a lot of laughter. I can hear the laughter all the way into the garage. Which is nice. I like it when he's having fun. Makes me happy. How's it going with the launch paint? T minus 2 hours? Is that the... Yeah, that's liftoff, I'm assuming. Not the actual landing. Tell after, that's okay. All buttoned up. T minus 2 hours 17 minutes. Ooh. But is that launch or is that landing? Lots and lots and lots of pre-flight. Okay, launch. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you'd hope there'd be lots and lots and lots of pre-flight checks, though, to be fair. Oh, they're just going to it. Okay. Fair enough. I guess landing on the moon brings with a whole other load of scary stuff with it that you don't want to have to plan for if you don't have to. Like, it's, to me, it's, space is one of my worst nightmares. Would not ever want to go into space. Like, I mean, I'll go if, say, Earth is about to explode and we actually have viable rockets, then yeah, by all means, I'll go. But, the vacuum of space terrifies me. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Oh my gosh, hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. Ickle Rose Garden Raid. Aw, thank you. That's very kind of you. How was your stream, Chris? How's it going? Welcome in, everyone. I'm painting the new Grove Guardian for our local hobby store. They asked me if I wanted to paint it before the release, so I am painting my little butt off. Oh, she is so pretty. It's... yeah. It is one of the nicest models I have painted in a long time. She is very pretty. If you can get one when she comes out, highly recommend getting one. It's very quiet. I managed to get the chores finished finally. Made a start on another Moonstone Mini. Nice. Yes, some. OSL, this stuff coming from this bottle is going to be glowy. So the inside of this flower, this water, and then a little glow onto the weapon and the front of the model. That is my plan. That's the plan. But yeah, I am just hoping, at the moment I'm just hoping I won't fuck that up. Pardon my French. Because I am not super good at OSL. And she is too cool to mess up. I was thinking light blue. Something that will go with the green and the pink. Not too contrasting, but also not boring. But yeah, it's I've got quite a few things on the go at the moment. It's quite fun. I've got this model for our hobby store. Then I have a commission for Grey Wolf. And a commission for Spond. So yeah, I'm a busy girl at the moment, which is quite fun. And for some reason my camera decides to not focus on this model the whole time, which is... It's fine, it's fine. I didn't need to have focus on the model anyway. Who wants that, right? Yeah, very busy. Oh, this whole April is going to be crazy, to be honest. I'm going to salute... I was saying this earlier in heating back on because I'm cold. So this Saturday I'm going to go to the hobby store to pick up a model for that second commission. Then I've got and then I've got Salute on the 11th. Movie night on the 12th. Nick's birthday on the 14th. Oh, dentist on the 10th. Doctor the Groomer on the 17th. Rose Con on the 25th. Like all these things that, like for a normal person, that's like, oh my god, you're doing a thing. Well done, congratulations. To me, this is probably the busiest my schedule has been in a long time. All fun things though, so that is that's nice. Little bit popular. It's a strange one. I don't normally get asked to do things. Well, I do, but not in this way. Where's the normie? Yeah, I know. Hide. So if anyone could tell me why you just found your glass... ADHD. There's your answer. You're welcome. Thank you, Addictive. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. They were chilling out. Out loud. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. And a stretch. Colors are blended really well. Thank you. She's a really cool model and she makes it easy, to be fair. It really helps that it's it really helps that it's like a natural model. Yeah, they paint up easier, I feel. You can't really go wrong, technically speaking, because there is no wrong way to paint a model that is nature based. Most things look pretty cool. But yeah, she's an incredibly cool model, and I am super grateful that I get to paint her. Metal trees, yeah. But yeah, if you get a chance to paint her when she comes out in, I think, a week and a bit, do pick her up. Yeah, this is Warhammer Age of Sigmar, so this is the more nature. It will look like fantasy type Warhammer. It doesn't have any Space Marines, let's put it that way. I normally prefer Age of Sigmar as a painting, well, model range, I suppose. I find the models more interesting to paint than most 40k, but there are some really cool models in 40k range as well, so basically they needed more tree mods, but no one wanted to more crude. Something like that. Tower only verboten if you're going to play like a Tau player. I personally have no issue with Tau. I think the models are really cool. There's some really cool models in the Tau range. It's just don't play it like that guy. What do I do with the models? That's a good question. This one specifically is going back to the hobby store because I was asked to paint her for their display cabinet. Normally they go in my own display cabinet because I don't really play, so I don't really need to worry about it's my way of ensuring that I don't have to worry about what models I should be painting, because if you don't have a specific army to paint to, you can just paint whatever you like. Or I sell them. That's true. You and Nivian get together and have your models make sweet love. Get the boyfriends. Get it? Boyfriends? Friends who are boys? You're disappointed when Nick told you he showered before and he used deodorant. Like a sensible person. Showered and used soap? Heresy. He was playing Death Guard, yeah, well, there are limits to not committing to the stinky, yeah, no. There are limits to the immersiveness. My immersion! It's like, well... Tough titties. He did have a good time with his Death Guard, though. He said they were fun. He prefers the armies with large models. Crazy to me that people can use colors to make the little model look more 3D. Oh yeah, it's I don't eat the paint per se, but I lick the moisture off my brush. Sometimes there's a bit of paint left on my brush, but we don't talk about that. That's a hazard of painting miniatures. We all occasionally ingest a little bit of paint. In a nice way, though. Don't eat the paint. It's it's acrylic, so it's not too bad. It's I still like don't eat it, but I rinse my brush, dry off, and don't be hating on brush licking. So hot take: tiramisu needs like 50 less cocoa powder on it. Yes. I guess not all tiramisu are created equal. That's why you have plastic in your ovaries. I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. I feel like my occasional licking of my brush is not the problem if I've... that's not the thing that's causing plastic in my ovaries, but here we are. What do I know? Bro, it's everywhere. Looks like I've been snorting raw. Oh, jeez. Pro tip, Zach. Don't breathe out when you try to take a bite. Gonna lurk, no worries. Thank you so much for dropping in and for joining the raid, Cat. I really appreciate it. It kills you. You should. The Forest World office should see the Forest World office again. Years of resin dust everywhere. Oh god, it kills the computers. Really? I'll have to sit there with a mask on, I guess, because resin dust is awful. You're also gonna learn a cup, and no worries. Enjoy. Thank you very much for the raid, Chris. I really appreciate it. Resin dust getting the fans, not a mask inside. Gosh, no. No thanks. That sounds awful. Because resin is way worse than a drop of paint. Little acrylic paint. I'm not saying drink your paint water, but touching the brush to your lips to get off the excess moisture and to reshape your brush. If that's the thing that kills me, then so be it. I wish I would have a field day, yeah, I bet. Why is this so wet? Ew. Do all the pros lick paint or is it just me? Well, I'm not technically a pro, but yes, it's a bit of a common thing. And we don't lick the paint. We rinse the brush, wipe it off on paper. I've got you can't really see it, but I've got a bit of paper here, so all the if I've got excess paint that goes on there, but I wipe my brush off, rinse it off into my water, wipe off the majority of the water, and then just reshape the brush. The brush itself is clean. It's got no paint on it when I lick it normally. Sometimes it does, but usually it doesn't. Or very little, at least. Need to fix those mold lines. A bit late now, but... But yes, watch any kind of Warhammer painter. We all lick our paintbrushes. It's just the easiest way to get your brush back into shape. Because the alternative is putting your model down and twisting your brush in the crease of your hand. And considering we want to reshape our brush basically after every time you rinse it, it's just not really fun. With our 15-year-old pros. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like if you look at Golden Demon and like the big painting competitions, if they have a junior section or like young talent kind of section, basically guarantee they lick their brushes. I don't think I know a single Warhammer painter who doesn't lick their brushes. And I know quite a few, so it's, yeah. But yeah, if you ask them, do you lick your paint? They probably will say no, but if you ask them, do you lick your brushes? They'll probably say yes. Basically. It just speeds up the process, really. Speeds up the painting process. Quite cute how these types of branches and little leaves, how their design just gets reused. Because I'm pretty sure I've painted almost the exact same little leaves before. Now I'm thinking, I think I might I think I will actually. Make these little the tips of these things slightly pink, but with like a purplish glow possibly. Let's grab a drop of ice yellow. Literally a drop because, or less than a drop, I guess. It's getting quite late. Can't keep painting, unfortunately. Okay. We're getting there. A little bit more brightness on these. Nibian, hi baby, how you doing? How were your dungeons? You sounded like you were having fun. I could hear laughter. That was quite nice. Camera, hello. There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. Dungeons were fun, both Tom and Yuga Kaisen. Wow. Already? The other guys will get it next week easily. Wow. That's quick. Very early on in the season. Or it feels really early anyway. I don't know if it really is early or not, but... Just like the art my best printer is perfect. Oh, awesome! Putting the arm in a stand on now, so it'll be going for a good 5 hours. Nice! So I'll be sleeping with background noise. Yay! Kat was just here, so she's just missed that that update. Thank you, baby. I really appreciate it. You have to go to say GS every time. Oh yeah, he's gonna be. I was just gonna go let him in the garden, to be honest. He doesn't want to go, and he's got nothing to give. Have I sent any pics to Matt? I haven't yet, no. Not since the one that I put in the Discord on Monday night after the hobby hangout. I probably should take a picture. I really hope he likes it. If you ever want a Sigmar army, I can do Sylvaneth. I'm trying to keep the color palette a bit more sensible and not use a million different colors on this one. So I've got the same greens, the same pinks in a certain area, in the various areas, and then the grubs thingies are going to be like a deep blue, I think. Bluish, which is maybe purple blue. probably purple blue. That man is going to be like pale blue with green hair, I think. Or maybe dark blue hair. And this is going to have light, this water will be, or whatever it is, will be light blue OSL. So yeah, that is the plan. That is the plan. The other plan is making a move because it is late and nearly bedtime. So I will blend that slightly so it's not too stark. Cool. And then I'll go do a little raid, I think. Just have a see if there's anyone about who, yeah, there's, I think, pretty good progress. I got most of the flowers done. The hair is close. Not quite there, but close. I might actually give it a quick run over with a little bit of a highlight. There. Quick pass. A little bit more water because it's not quite flowy enough. On the bit on this side here. Why are you still not flowy enough? I don't want you wet, I want you moist. There. It's funny, just looking in the camera actually gives me quite a good idea of where. It's easier to see where I'm missing bits. Not wet, not damp, but moist. Exactly. Right. Quite happy with that, I'm not gonna lie. Let's have a little look to see who we can raid tonight. I actually haven't got Twitch up today, which is shocking. Well, it's gonna have to be zombie, isn't it? How long has he been painting? Just an hour? Cool, we can go to zombie. Right. We create a little raid to Zombie Sashimi. He is an amazing, amazing miniature painter, so I hope you'll come with me and give him some love. and drop them a follow if you haven't yet. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you for the talks, the chats, the conversation, and the company. I very much appreciate it. So, hope to see you all again soon. Stream on Saturday. Let me just have a quick look that I don't lie. We're in April. Yes, stream on Saturday. Have a lovely rest of your week. See you all Saturday hopefully. And yeah. Progress. Oh. Bye bye.